Uncluttered and Unfiltered is supported by Hearts for Minds. Can you imagine waiting 10 years to get screened for cancer? On average, people with mental health issues experience a 10-year delay between symptoms and seeking help, and close to 2/3 of mental illnesses go untreated. Hearts for Minds promotes healthy lives by promoting mental health education, facilitating early identification, and connecting people to treatment. Are you ready to learn more? Go to heartsforminds.org. That's hearts, the number 4, minds.org for more information or to learn how you can help.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back. With nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome everybody to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, Eden and Christine, and we are recording this episode upon the first time seeing each other after the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So that was like a really tender, like a mom who's had her fill of family time and is getting ready for the big Super Bowl of family time coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yes, because my grandchild's coming and I can't wait. So that when I saw what one person had written, and we'll talk about that later, on what really means the most, that's having everyone together. Everyone.
It's amazing.
Both kids, the baby, son-in-law. So yes, Thanksgiving was the getting ready for the big event, which is
the kickoff, if you will.
Yes, the kickoff.
So the question we asked on our ladies only Uncluttered and Unfiltered page was, I phrased it this way. I said, Santa just called and he wants to know what you most want as a woman over 50 as a gift. Knowing our ladies the way we do, we knew we would get some that were kind of heartfelt, spiritual, sweet, maybe even a little bit sad. Yeah. And that we would get some that were, yes, material items that we can actually recommend to people to purchase. So, and we like the mix. We like the mix of all of that. And we have a mix of that from ourselves. So before we get into all of that, how did you spend your time for Thanksgiving? You didn't have the whole family there. So I know you weren't cooking up a storm, although you probably did a little bit.
No, I really didn't. I was in charge of the turkey and like the salad, but no, my mom chipped in, and it was a very small Thanksgiving this year, which I have to say, I really enjoyed it. So
I did see a video of you labeling all of your dishes before preparing any food. And that was just a little Christine tip as far as keeping things from getting too crazy. And that prevents a few things. What that does is putting those little sticky notes saying like the stuffing is going in this dish.
Yes.
It keeps other people that want to be helpful from grabbing the wrong dish, and it keeps you from forgetting you needed that for something that maybe needs more room. And then you put your mashed potatoes in that, and then you have to transfer the stuffing into something else, et cetera, et cetera.
It's just an easy thing. I've been doing it for years, where you just take Post-it notes, put them in the baking dishes. And it also reminds you, wow, I forgot I don't have a baking dish for this that I'm making. And you're not running out at the last minute. I usually do that a few days before. So that way it gives you time if you do need to run out and get something to put the sweet potatoes in. You have plenty of time and you're not going nuts. So that's just something I've been doing for a really long time. But
one of the things I know you did was do a little binge watching.
I have become a huge binge watcher since COVID. And during COVID, I did The Sopranos. Even though I had seen it before, I had not seen it since it originally aired. And even when I was watching The Sopranos, which I loved back in those early days, I couldn't remember some of the stuff. I'm like, I don't even remember this.
That's a handy thing. You can rewatch something and you don't even remember. I have a few series that I've gone through a few times, but you and I were talking about this. We're like, how is it? Because you just started 6 Feet Under again, which is new to me. I had never seen it when it was on.
Okay. So I saw that originally, watched every episode, was obsessed with it. And I'm rewatching it because I saw something online, like what a great show that was. And it didn't get the due that it deserved, whatever. So it had been raining a lot where we live. And so I said, I'm going to start it again. Do not remember one thing.
Not a thing.
No, it's like watching a brand new show all over. And you know what you notice in these shows is There was flip phones, but there was no text messaging, the technology. So you're fascinated by that because it's still a quiet world we're living in. You know, the kids aren't staring at their phones all the time. You see, you know, the daughter, Claire, who isn't obsessed with her phone and she's on, you know, the computer doing chatting. Remember back in the day yeah. So it's fun to watch, but I am fascinated with my own brain that how I cannot remember such a great show. I remember little bits and pieces, but not every plot line seems brand new to me.
Did you ever wonder when your kids were little how they were able to sit through the same episodes over and over and over again of a show? Like, for example, with one of my kids, it was Barney. And it didn't matter that they had seen that episode or that movie, Tarzan, over and over and over again. And I have a few movies that I'm like that with. I'll sit down and rewatch them over and over again. But going back and rewatching an entire series, that takes commitment.
Oh, it
that
takes
right there
commitment.
does. And it is helpful when you are at the age we're at where you don't remember as well.
Yes, because it's like watching a new show all over again. And the show is amazing, like critically acclaimed amazing. And
I just started it coincidentally without knowing that it's something that you love.
Yeah, I'm on season 2, but God, they have 5 or 6. So I've got a while to go.
So this is 6 Feet Under. I don't remember originally where it was, HBO maybe?
I think it was HBO.
And it's a family business. It's a funeral home.
Yes.
Is the family business.
Yes.
And it's the guy from Dexter.
Yes.
Is one of them.
And he is so good.
They're all great.
Yeah.
Lauren Ambrose is the one that plays the daughter Claire, and she is a delight. She is so good in this.
It's just it's such a great show. And also being in the funeral, I'm not in the funeral home, but to watch a funeral home back in the day, because it's so different now, you know, people, the whole experience is different now than it was way back then. It's just fascinating.
It's pretty macabre too.
Yeah.
And the way they talk about preparing the body, or they want this look or that look. And, you know, did you check out my work on Mr. Smith?
Right.
And boy, I'm an artist, you know, that kind of thing.
Also watching it now that I'm 61 versus I was in my 30s. When
Oh my gosh.
It's old. It's old. It's way back in the day. It's weird because watching a show about death and dying
it's different.
Is different when you're in your 60s versus in your 30s. So it's a very interesting thing. But yes, I've been into binge watching shows when I have the time, which is generally just on the weekends. But I really highly recommend that. And any other, The Sopranos, any of those shows when back in the day when my kids were little, they're better now to me than they were when they first came out.
Lessons in Chemistry is not one that people have seen yet because it's new. It's Apple. I mean, it's done now. It's finished. Well, here, let me give you a great example of our memories. I can't remember if the one we just watched was the season finale or not. I think it was. But now I'm like, wait, is there one more coming? No, I think that was the season finale. But that's from a book that I absolutely loved. And it's Brie Larson. And it's on Apple, as I mentioned. And she is a chemist. But this is back in the late 50s, early 60s time, where she gets absolutely no respect as a female, ends up hosting a cooking show. It is fantastic.
Oh, wow. I haven't even heard of that one.
Lessons in Chemistry.
Wow.
One of my favorite books, and it's fantastic. So the other thing we both saw, and I'm sure everybody saw in some way, shape, or form after the fact, was Dolly Parton's halftime performance during one of the football games, the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. And she is making this big resurgence because after being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, she originally did not want even the nomination because she said, I'm not a rock star. And then when they said, well, it's too bad you're nominated. And then she said, well, then I will become a rock star.
Oh.
And so she has released this amazing album where she does all of these collaborations with these true rock legends. The songs sound fantastic, but she has been on all the talk show circuits. She's everywhere right now.
Yeah.
She appeared in a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader outfit, but it was a one-piece deal. So she was all covered, but from far away, it didn't look like it. And I tell you, she looked amazing.
She looked so amazing. I mean, she's phenomenal. She looked great. I do want one of those bodysuits though. That way, then I can finally wear a half shirt.
Yeah, all the shirts you find.
Yes.
Well, what I loved about it too was the parts that were meant to be her skin had rhinestones on it. So it wasn't as though she was trying to fool anybody.
No.
She was like, this is one piece here. Let me, bedazzle it so
Right.
everybody knows I'm goofing on myself in a way. So if you were to do that, if you were to get a bodysuit that you wore underneath one of these half shirt, yeah, why not?
I would. I wouldn't want to try to fake anyone out like I'm, I'd bedazzle it.
Yes. So I thought that was fantastic and worth talking about. This, by the way, we'll get around to it at some point, is our holiday gift for women over 50 episode. And we did, as I mentioned already, ask you what some of the things on your list might be. Vicky said on our ladies only page, my husband's health to stay good. And that's our wish for you too, Vicky, and for your husband, of course.
Absolutely.
Renee wants life experiences. She wants her gifts to be time with her kids, time with her grandkids, nice dinners, weekends away, that kind of thing.
I love that. I love that a lot.
I also love, though, that, and I hope everyone will continue this trend of, yes, some people are putting these very deep ethereal things on there, but also if you want something, let us know. Erica said cotton nightgowns, not granny ones. Cotton is becoming a rare mineral, she says. She really would like to get some cotton.
I agree with that. And I think there's nothing wrong with sending a link. Here's the link for my cotton PJs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Michelle says a digital frame so I can see all my loved ones all at once, especially my granddaughter who's just 1 year old, but we live in different states.
Oh, I love that.
Carmen said she would like to have money to train at a gym with a pool so she can participate in swimming events because she's had some knee surgery. So
that's a great gift.
I feel like there are gift certificates available a lot of places.
That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. And then they get big, like a new roof or traveling with the family. That first grandchild, spa days are on there. So I love the disparity between them.
Yep.
We challenged each other to make our own lists, though. So did you go deep or did you go the way I did and just, these are seriously things I want?
I think I did a little bit of both, like some that I would give to somebody and because they're things I really, really love and already own myself, which to me, I never give something that I wouldn't want to receive myself. So that was kind of the list that I made.
You are a great gift giver. Okay, so what do you have first on your list? We'll go back and forth.
Okay, ladies, listen up. And this is not a commercial. They did not pay me 1 red cent. I paid for this with my very own money because I had seen it from another over 50 lady. And it is called Foot Clouds. And let me explain to you what these are because they'd make a great stocking stuffer. And if you're going to what are those white elephants where you have to bring something because it's in a tiny little bag. I mean, it's this big.
Yeah. So what she's holding up, and we'll put a clip up on our social media as well. It looks like a little drawstring bag that's the size of a 2 by 2 inch square, if that even.
Yes. It's very small. That's why I'd make just a cute little gift.
Okay.
And the reason why I love these so much, if you have feet that hurt all the time, which I do.
Yes.
And you have to be on your feet, say wearing high heel shoes to a wedding, or you're going to be out all day or into the night. And by then my feet are throbbing. These you put on your feet. You put one on the base, one on the heel, and it's like walking on clouds.
Let's see, what do they look like? They look
just like little chicken cutlets for your feet.
Oh, like the ones you would put in your boobies.
Yes.
And they look like little nip covers.
Yeah, and you peel them off and you can stick them back on, and you just stick them on those two areas of those two areas of your
so
feet.
Like the balls of your toes and then your heel.
And your heel, because that's really where the pain hurts the most and is distributed.
So Foot Clouds.
Yes, and you know what? Speaking of moms, they have a stocking that never has anything in it. I don't know about you, but it is the
definitely
stocking.
The loose. Yes,
it's the stocking that never gets filled. These are great for moms, grandma, for their stocking. They'll love you so much for these. I can't even tell you. I wear them all the time now. That's how much I love them. So that was the first thing on my list because it's new and I just have been using it for like a month.
That's an excellent stocking stuffer gift.
Yes.
My first thing, we don't have to spend too much time on it because we already have, and that's the air tags.
Love those.
The air tags you enjoyed having on your luggage when you recently took a trip, and your husband
I have one in my purse.
Your husband treated it like it was a video game.
Yes.
He was able to watch the luggage going onto the plane and how it was flying over different areas of the country. So I am interested in those, and I did price those. And as I think you told me, they come in a 4-pack. It was like $75.
Yep.
So that is maybe a little bit more than a stocking stuffer, depending on how your family operates, but it's stocking stuffer size. So I call it a stocking stuffer. Put it in a big box if it makes you feel better, honey. But I definitely want those. Just today when I was getting out of my car, this is an Eden moment for sure. I was getting out of my car and the car wouldn't lock, which made me think it made me think I had a spare set of keys somewhere in the car. You know how those cars won't lock, when in reality, I just had not shut my car off.
Oh my God.
However, either way, having an AirTag on a keychain would be very helpful.
And they come on Amazon like 4 to a pack. Yeah. So you could split them up, give 2 to somebody and 2 to somebody else. And
or everyone in the family could get one.
That's what I mean. Or everyone in the family could get one. I mean, you will always use them. Like I said, I have one in my purse right now that I keep in my purse. So.
And I saw a dog collar that had a little spot that you could just slide it right into. It doesn't even hang. It's just part of the collar.
Yes. And wallets, you can slide it into your wallet. They're great. So yes, I think that's a great gift and a good stocking stuffer. Okay. So the next thing you've heard me talk about over and over and over again, but the reason why I talk about it so much is because I've used it for years. And yes, it's pricier, although they've come way down in price since I initially started using these. And you can also get the mini size, which I think is like $149. So it's really gone down in price. And that is the New Face, the microcurrent tools. And they have come really down in price because especially during this week, the Cyber Mondays and, they have them on sale everywhere right now. But I can tell you without a doubt, your mother, your sister, your sister-in-law,
your podcast host
will absolutely love these once you use it. I would never, ever talk about something that I don't use. Yeah. And I mean, I can see a difference when I stop using it. Like if a few days go by and I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, what's different? And then I'll realize I haven't used my New Face in 2 or 3 days. So I highly, highly recommend
I'm writing that down for myself. I forgot to put that on my list that I did want one of those.
Well, and they have the New Face Mini now, which is great for travel. It's super, super easy to travel with. So that I highly recommend.
I just made a note of that. I was asked to put together my list. Ooh. And so not just by you and for me. Okay. So the other item I'm very suggestible. First of all, let me tell you that I'm very suggestible. So if I see something on TikTok or Instagram Reels or you say something about it on our podcast, I want it. I feel like my life has been empty until I actually have it. So I saw a hot brush called the Tymo hot brush. Oh. And it's not a flat iron and it's not a blow dryer, but it is a brush that you can curl with and it heats up. Yes. And I decided it's like $45, $50 at Target, Amazon, wherever. And so I put that on my list. I don't have it yet. I can't speak to whether or not it does any good, but it's just something on my list. But I will say that there's a Conair blow dryer that has like a round brush on it that I love. So if you're looking for gifts for, you have 2, 3 daughters and your mother and your sister, and you want to send a gift like that, I did that one year and everybody loved it.
Yeah, I think, well, I'll move right down then because hair products are on my list. Any kind of hair products for the type of hair a person has, okay? Or a gift card to their favorite hair salon attached with a beauty product that you use or love. Like if there's a dry shampoo, I have one that I am used for years that I love. Attaching that with a gift card because it's your favorite dry shampoo. You can take anything to do with hair, me being the hair person that I am, and making a great, great gift. There are so many different blow dryers out there now with different attachments. It doesn't have to just be a Dyson. It could be any other kind of, curling, styling, flat iron. So there are so many different things. Even those satin pillowcases are great gifts for women, especially over 50, because it really, really helps keep the shine and the damaged, when you sleep on these silk pillowcases. Also, scrunchies are a really great gift, especially those silk scrunchies. I use them all the time. And my dog keeps taking all my scrunchies and I have to throw them away because she slobbers all over them. So always having scrunchies as stocking stuffers or, like we said, the white elephant gift, because those are really inexpensive and great gifts. So anything for the hair salon, a haircut and blow dry. A blow dry can make any bad day so much better.
I actually thought of this the other day because I went to a blow dry place pretty recently. And so I keep getting texts for their Black Friday specials. And a lot of them are doing bundles where you can give a gift card and give somebody 3 blow dries. And you keep those in your back pocket for a day that you might have an event that night.
Right.
And I talk myself out of a lot of things on a regular basis. One of them being blow dries, manicures, things like that, because I don't want to spend the money on myself. So if you give it to me as a gift, that really, it's a treat. It's something that I'll use, but I won't get for myself.
Well,
so
when
I
you
love
have
that.
hair like this,
well, I also
a blow dry is something that is very, very, very appreciated because it when you have very thick, long hair, it takes hours to blow dry and style. So a professional blowout just makes the day better. It makes you feel better.
It actually makes about
yourself.
3 days better.
Yeah, right. Because you're not going to go wash it the next day.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a great gift. Good stocking stuffer too.
Another gift on my list is courtesy of you. You sent me links and I passed it along to my husband, and that's the different sets, clothing sets, outfits.
Love those.
Track suits.
Love them.
I got into a great conversation with my husband the other day because first of all, he gets very annoyed if I tell him I want something and then I happen to stop and pick it up for myself on the way. But on the way leading up to the holiday. And that's what I did. I was at Marshall's and they had, again, I want to say that really, these are not commercials. Now, if these brands wanted to reach out to us, and you might down the road hear a commercial, but anything you're hearing on this episode, this is the real deal. This is just, we saw this, we bought it. So I went to Marshall's. They had a whole bunch of these. I called them velvet. My husband said velour, which is just a knockoff version of velvet. But whether it was velour or velvet, I liked saying velvet. And when he said velour, it brought me back immediately to
Juicy.
8th grade.
Yeah,
juicy velour. Yes, exactly.
Those.
Velour. But anyway, the velour velvet tracksuits, very in style right now and very comfortable.
I wore one on Thanksgiving. That was my outfit.
I did too.
Yeah. I wore matching.
I wore the one I bought, and my husband looked at me once and up and down and he said, "Didn't you just send me a link for that?" I said, "No, I sent you a link for any black 2-piece set. This just happens to be one."
Yes.
And
They're so great.
I would love more.
Mine's from Amazon, very inexpensive. Yeah. I wore it on Thanksgiving. It was sweater, material. It was, but those are great because it's like Garanimals for adults.
I love Garanimals for adults.
You just put it on. You don't have to overthink it. Put some jewelry on. You're good to go.
Yeah.
So simple, so easy. You can wear them to the grocery store, a home thing you're having at your house, like I did for Thanksgiving, just having a few people over. They're the best thing, especially this time of year with the weather the way it is.
Okay, you're up.
Okay, eye masks. Okay, what I mean by eye masks are you can get them super, super inexpensively on Amazon, or they're very high end in some places. You just leave them in the refrigerator. While I'm getting ready, slap one on each eye, do my hair, get ready, start putting
Wait, can you see through them?
No, they're underneath.
Oh, okay.
It's for dark circles, for swelling, for,
Yes.
Yes. So I use those every day.
Wait, there's a name for those.
Well,
No, but I just saw it because the last time we recorded, you were telling me about Patrick Dempsey's wife, Jillian.
Yes, who has those.
And she uses them on him and calls them something, but I can't think what it's like a yishwa.
Oh, no, that's different.
Oh, it is
different.
Different.
That's different. That's different. But I have these, I've used so many different brands.
So they're like chili.
Yeah, you put them in the refrigerator.
And it depuffs.
It really works too. And it moisturizes. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles. I have very natural dark circles under my eyes. It helps with the dark circles.
You do? I would never know that. See?
I'm telling you, it really, really helps, especially after a night out with the gals, you know, Christmas morning before you go out there and you want to get a little of the puffiness down. Like I said, you can do high end, or I just ordered some off Amazon. And I ordered something else off a Black Friday deal. You know, they come in different price points, but I always have some in my refrigerator. They are great stocking stuffers for your sister, for your daughter, for a white elephant gift, for your mom. I mean, anybody loves these eye gel pads, because who doesn't suffer a little now and then with overindulging of alcohol, of dryness, not drinking enough water? You know what I mean?
Sure. After a flight.
Yes. After wearing them when you get off a flight. I always wear them in the hotel room because you're just puffier. So that's something I give a lot also to people, as well as I own them myself.
Okay. I'm up.
Yes.
It's car wash.
I love that.
Even if you have to just create one of those books that little kids do when they forgot to get you anything, a car wash, taking my car. You have to physically take the car though. You can't just be like, here's a car wash certificate.
Right.
It has to be, you have removed my car and you have returned it to me, and it is spotless. And I've actually mentioned that as an aphrodisiac before on this program. There's no bigger turn on.
Gift cards too to people.
It would be a great gift card to give to somebody, absolutely. Yeah. But as far as like from a significant other or a family member to just even say like, it's a car wash, I'm going to come and get your car, I'm going to take it to the car wash, I'll vacuum it, I'll do it. Doesn't matter if it's a fancy one, detailing or not. It's just to have my car taken from me and returned to me with no crumbs, no anything there. I love that.
I love that too. That's a great idea, and a great idea for a stocking stuffer as well. You know, especially those college kids when they come home, that's a great stocking stuffer.
Yes.
So they can go get that car washed.
Absolutely. Gas cards are also great for them. They love that.
Yeah. They love that too. Okay. So you've also heard me talk about this, the LED masks. You've seen my mask.
I have.
I definitely think they can get very, very, very expensive, but they now also have ones that are more reasonably priced. And that's why I'm bringing this up. They really do work. I've used mine for over 4 years now, 3.5 years, and they have different light strength, so you can use it for acne, for fine lines and wrinkles, to build collagen. They really, really, really do work. And they also don't just come in a mask. They have handheld devices, which are less expensive, that you can use just as a handheld device. I highly recommend those for your mom, for your sister, for somebody you're going in as a group gift. Because when somebody wants to, let's all go in on a gift for so-and-so. They really, really work. I use mine every single day. I only have to use it for 3 minutes a day. I use it while I'm doing other things. And I highly recommend those for anyone over 50.
Okay. If you had to choose between the new skin,
new face
and that, are they just two different things?
They're such different things, because one is LED light and the other is not.
So it's more for muscle toning and lymphatic drainage.
Yeah, the new face is for muscle toning and for your neck. And then the other is, say you have an acne issue, they have a blue light. Say you just want to build collagen only, it's the red. You know what I mean? So they're so different. I wouldn't be able to choose one over the other, because I've seen results with both. And that's why it would be really, really hard to choose one over the other.
Understood. Okay. And that brings me to my last. And it is the same thing I've asked for, and I've even brought it up on here before. The same thing I've asked for year after year after year after year, holiday after holiday. And that is, I want my kids to recreate a photo from when they were little. You've seen it done before. People will go to a setting where they may even try to wear something similar to what they had on. And I have asked for this again and again, and it never happens. So that's that's something I think I would absolutely love.
I think that is such a special gift. I really do. I would love that too.
I don't know why they just won't finally do it.
That takes work, though.
Let me give everybody their phone numbers. Let me give everyone their phone numbers right now.
Though.
Okay.
That's work. I think that's work.
It is work. That's why I'm sure I haven't seen it.
That's why it's such a special gift, because you know some work would have to be put into that. Okay, I'm going to put the last two in as one.
Okay.
You being the fitness fanatic that you are, that I love everything about that about you, is a Theragun and an infrared heating pad, either for the neck or for the back. I have both. I got one 2 years ago as a gift, but now they have the handheld little cute Theragun.
Yes.
And they have knockoff brands.
But think twice about the knockoff brands. And I'm the first one to go with the knockoff brand, but let me tell you, I had the knockoff and now I have the Hypervolts. Theragun and Hypervolt are like the two big brands. And I just think that you want to go for the one that's going to last and it's going to really give you the most like bang for your buck.
We have the Theragun. We've had it for years.
Yeah, it's a good quality.
And I think when you're over 50, the reason why I'm mentioning these two things, because there are times I mean, like, you know, I pull that Theragun out and just go right up and down my thighs, my butt. I mean, I use it a lot and my kids keep stealing it and using it as well. And I just started using the infrared heating pads like in the past, I would say year. I mean, there is nothing better than getting into your bed and laying that thing down and laying down on it. I mean, it instantly works for me. I have one that is infrared and vibrates. Oh, I don't have,
Oh, yes.
I would like a little vibration to it.
It's great. It's really, it'll put you right to sleep.
So if your mom, anyone over 50 exercises, doesn't exercise,
they don't have to,
you know, it just really relaxes your muscles, which is what you're trying to do after being on your feet all day or sitting all day or whatever you do. So I really think those are really great gifts. And being everything's on sale during December, you can get a good deal on a lot of these items.
Well, regardless of whether you're an athlete or not, I think anything that's going to make your body feel better, even if it's just Epsom salts, things like that.
Yep.
They're just lovely gifts. So thank you everybody for sending us your suggestions. And as I said, while there's the big picture gifts, you know, world peace, etc.
I've asked for that
health,
too.
family, all of that. You know, we specifically were talking about actual items, consumerism, that kind of thing. So we appreciate you listening to us for that. But of course, you know, our biggest wish is for everybody to be happy, healthy, safe.
Yes.
And we just appreciate everybody
and
so
be nice
very
to
much.
each other.
Be nice to each other. It's you think it'd be the easiest time of the year to be the nicest, but somehow we
forget and we get busy and we get overwhelmed and you know, so everybody be nice.
And now let me give you a list of all the gifts we would like. If you would, 5-star reviews.
Yes.
If you listen on Spotify, they now have a thing where you can leave a answer to a question. They'll say like, how did you like this episode? And those things, we actually get to read those.
Oh, good.
So we love those. We're on YouTube now. And so we can see all of our reviews on there. And we, believe it or not, it's not to feed our ego. And also on YouTube, we get all the trolls too. For some reason, trolls love YouTube. But anyway, it's not to feed our ego. It helps an algorithm.
Right.
And it helps other people to find us. Just the same way you sharing word about our podcast helps us to reach out to more people. And of course, if you haven't already, please do join us on our Facebook group called Uncluttered and Unfiltered Ladies Only. And we have to approve you to get in, but once you're in, baby. You're part of the family.
And we read everything.
We do.
So send questions, you know, ideas for an upcoming podcast. We read everything. And thank you everybody for all the really sweet, wonderful things I read.
And as we come to the close of another year, you know, we only have a few weeks left, believe it or not. It is a great time to remind you that with this stuff that's not so great from this year, you can let it go.
And don't look back.